On the 30th of August, I published my first impressions video of the Asics Gel-Nimbus 27. Fast forward 4 weeks and we're already at 100 miles. So welcome back to another long-term shoe review. Asics Gel-Nimbus 27 after 100 miles. Excited to go into my thoughts on this one, how it's holding up. We'll be doing the usual wear and tear, how I've been testing it, and of course, will I be using it moving forwards? And really why this has been a bit of a surprise package for me in this marathon training block, especially in the second half, where I've been logging some decent miles. Just a quick reminder, this was a pair of shoes that Asics sent to me for the purpose of review. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit nervous. This isn't the type of shoe that I would normally purchase myself. It is a little bit bigger and bulkier. I tend to go for something a little bit more slimline, a little bit more lighter weight. However, this one has really impressed me. And we'll get into all of that shortly. Let's dive in to the wear and tear. So if we go around the upper here, you will see that there are absolutely no snags, no frays, no tears whatsoever. It is a little bit on the dirty side. It's definitely not that bright white colorway that it was when it was sent to me straight away. This shoe is built like a tank. It's a big old shoe. Not only has it got a wide platform, it's got a lot going on up here, especially in the back section here, where it's very stiff, very sturdy, and gives you a lot of stability. So with that in mind, you would like to think that this is built like a tank. It's going to last a long time, and I can confirm I'm really seeing nothing in terms of deterioration so far. The upper, as I said, is looking albeit a bit dirty, but really good. Still very comfortable. The one thing that I was concerned about, one of the things that I'm always concerned about when I see a shoe that's got an integrated tongue with stretchy material is it going to feel good and is it going to fit? I've had some bad experiences with shoes with this type of tongue. Again, this one sat over the top of the foot nicely, and over these 100 miles, I've had no issues there whatsoever. At the start, I did have a bit of a rubbing issue at the base of where this tab is sewn into the base of the tongue, but all I had to do was just pull the tongue up a little bit more, and that got rid of the issue. So that was absolutely fine. The upper is all looking good. As for the midsole, still looking really good. Lots of creases in there now, but again, I think all that is just visual. It is still feeling the way it did at the start. I will say this foam in itself is not the soft and mushy foam that you might expect when you look at a shoe like this. It's definitely slightly on the firmer side. In fact, what I would say is it's somewhere in the middle. If you like the Blast lineup with the Nova Blast, Super Blast, now the new Mega Blast, and all of the other blasts, this is not that type of foam. It's a little bit firmer than that. The Nova Blast for me is very soft and bouncy for the short period of time that it lasts. This, as I said, is a little bit firmer. Nothing's changed. It's not got softer. I didn't feel like it needed to break in. It just has been as it is from out of the box to as it is now. In terms of the grip, this is where it's really impressed me. Since summer has ended here, we've had a lot of torrential rain and a lot of rainy days in general, and the grip is really good on this shoe. That has really impressed me. Somehow on this inside near the front, I've managed to shave a chunk of the foam off the side of the shoe. I genuinely have no idea how I've done that. But otherwise, everything is looking and feeling good. You can see through the middle there in these sections of exposed midsole, there's a few little creases, a few little flakes where things are peeling a little bit. But again, it's all aesthetic. It's nothing to worry about, and it is feeling good at 100 miles. So how have I been using this shoe over the last 4 weeks? Well, it's purely been easy running. I've not done any steady running. I've not done any type of workouts. I've not even tried to pick up the pace in this thing for any sort of tempo work. I've done some strides in it. Super shocked at how fast the strides are in this shoe. So much better than the Rebel version 5 that I tested earlier in the year. Really impressed with how this thing picks up the pace despite it being one of the heaviest shoes I have tested. In my size, it was nearer the 370, 380 gram mark. In terms of that, it is, as I said, just easy running, and it has literally been in between every single session. During this marathon training block, I've sessioned Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, or if I've had to move things around, I've done it, and every other run has been an easy run. And for the most part, this has taken the majority of those miles, which is how it's got to 100 miles so quickly. It's been very comfortable. I have got another shoe in to test. I've had it sat in a box over there for about 2 weeks. I could have been mixing up the miles with that one. I've just decided to stick with this one, which kind of shows how much I've been enjoying it really, which again, I keep saying it as if it's a shock, because honestly it is quite a shock. And I'll show you what that next shoe is to test afterwards. I do actually have another one coming in as well, so I've got a few to test over the next 2 or 3 weeks, but we'll get onto that shortly. Will I continue to use this shoe moving forward? Well, I'm certainly not going to retire it, but I will just park it for the moment to get the other shoe tested. I feel like this has been so reliable, super cushioned, really enjoyable. It's kept me honest on my easy runs. In fact, to be honest with you, today after the easy run that took it over the 100-mile mark, I actually ran a little bit too quick, just feeling really good in terms of fitness, very flowy, and this thing really allowed me to pick up the pace. It didn't hold me back. It is kind of a recovery day shoe. You can see by the bulk of the shoe, the width of the shoe, it really does provide you with everything you need to recover in terms of voluminous foam, nice support up here, and it babies the legs nicely. But as I said, you can pick up the pace in it if you want to. So yes, I do plan on continuing to use it. Let me just show you why I prefer this one to the Rebel that I've recently tested. So 100 miles in both of these, both very much what I would say easy day shoes. As I said, and many times this has been marketed as an up-tempo type of shoe from New Balance. I would not take this on up-tempo work. I said all of this in my review. Very disappointed in this one. Felt good to start with, but realistically after a few runs, it just went to mush. And this is the difference between these two shoes. So obviously the foam in this one is super, super soft. You can literally just squeeze this in nicely. There's absolutely nothing there. And if you're like me, and you don't need a supportive shoe, but you just need a little bit of something in a shoe, because my right ankle kind of rolls in a little bit more than my left, and then my right foot kicks out. I do have a bit of a weakness there. I do find that if I just have maybe a tiny bit more structure in the medial side here, or there's a little bit of something built up in the sidewall, it just helps a tiny bit. It doesn't need to be a full-on supportive shoe, but it just stops that kind of like rolling in too much. And when you get into a super soft shoe where it is just so mushy and so squishy, and you can literally almost fold the shoe in half, that just doesn't do me any good. Not to mention the fact, as I said, the shoe just turned to mush. It was so soft, you just landed, squished, and just got nothing back from the shoe. That's completely the opposite to this one. The foam is not like that at all. You cannot squeeze it in. You can see how much firmer it is. There's a lot more structure. It doesn't twist that well. So it provides a little bit more of what I'm after, and probably a lot of you as well. And what you do get from this one as you do go through the gait cycle is, as you do sink in slightly, you do get a little bit of pop back. And that's what I mean when I say this thing can actually pick up the pace nicely. The strides in this have been quite fast, quite responsive, completely the opposite to what I found in the Rebel. So this one's definitely winning on all fronts so far. So we'll park this one for the moment. The other shoe I've got in for testing now is the Mount to Coast R1. So I know and have seen a few reviews on this. I've talked to a few people about it. They very kindly sent me this one to review. They've also sending me another one. Plus, as I said, I have another shoe that I've just purchased coming in for testing too. This one is very interesting. As I said, speaking to a lot of people, they've been really surprised by this. I am intrigued. It looks much more of a casual trainer to me. We'll see how it feels when we're out running. Excited to give this one a test. So I'll take this one home and get this one starting to test now. Depending on how we go with this one, depends on how quickly I get back into the Nimbus or not. So there we go. That's the Asics Gel Nimbus 27 after 100 miles. Very impressed, really enjoying it. Plenty more miles left in it. I do think this is one of those shoes that will last a long time. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, because of course at the moment I'm only at 100 miles. I know this shoe has been out for nearly the whole year. I think it came out in January. So if you've put plenty more miles in it, please do share your thoughts on it, how many miles you've got or kilometers, how it's holding up. That's the most important thing. If you can give people a durability update, I'm sure they would really, really appreciate it. At the moment, as I said, I can give 100 miles, but if you can give 2, 3, 4, 500, that would be absolutely ace. So speaking of shoes, if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure you check out this video up here. It's about the Puma Fast Start Nitro Elite 3 and why it's not going to be my marathon shoe. Or if you want to check out another shoe video, check out this one down here, and hopefully I'll see you guys over on one of those.